card couldn't have happened without the cooperation of my good friend Artie Palulu, who's the head of Banner Promotions, who promotes Ruslan Provodnikov. He had faith in Ruslan when he met him in Russia a while ago, brought him to the United States, and Ruslan has bloomed since he's been here. So it's a pleasure to introduce to you Artie Palulu, who will introduce the Provodnikov camp and also Ruslan Provodnikov. Artie?
Thanks, Bob. I want to thank everybody for coming. We were on a conference call the other day, a media call, and Bob got a little bit of annoyed with one of the reporters. He says, "What more are we going to ask? What more are we going to talk about? It's the fight of the year, and it's the best fight that possibly can be made for all of the fans." This is why people tune in to boxing, because what you have now is two young fellas at the very peak of what they do, and this is the best you're going to get, and this is why it's better than anything else that you watch on television. Now, Michael presented Ruslan with a jersey, which was man's jersey, his number. At the time, I don't believe Ruslan knew what number 18 was, because football to them is soccer to us. So, but I must tell you, I took the liberty, and I commissioned Richard Sloan to do some artwork that I would like to present to Mike and to Ruslan and to Bob right now. This is the kind of fight that I believe that this is good stuff and it's something you deserve, and so does Bob, and so do I, and Ruslan, because this will go down as one of the great fights. So, Michael. Sorry. You know that, and I wanted to give you something because you're putting the title on the line, and you went out of your way to allow us to challenge for the title, and these are great athletes together. So I just want to say thank you very much. Richard worked on it for a week, so you were there, and it's just a great fight to happen. I'm very proud to be involved with this. I've known Bob for 30 years, and he's the most gracious and generous of all the guys we have to work with. It's going to be a super fight, ladies and gentlemen. You want me to go back? Right now, I'd like to introduce to you Vadim and Ruslan Provodnikov. And Bob, right 6 years ago, I went to Russia, got off a plane, met some of the local promoters, and ever since then, Ruslan Provodnikov has done nothing but shine. And shine in a way that he's TV friendly, he's fan friendly, and he's just, I believe, the best 140-pounder in the world. I'd like to have Ruslan and Vadim come up and say a few words, please.
Здравствуйте, рад всех вас видеть, очень приятно.
Hello, I'm happy to see everybody here. It's great to be here.
Рад видеть Майка. Майк, hi, how are you?
Happy to see Mike here.
Я очень рад, что буду проходить в Денвере, так как мне здесь очень нравится. Я чувствую здесь себя как у себя дома. Приехали мои земляки, мой народ. Приехало очень много болельщиков, так что мы устроим замечательный бой. Мне это очень радует.
I'm very glad that the fight is in Denver. I actually realized that Denver is very similar to Russia. The climate and the weather and the scenery here is very similar. So I feel like at home, and all my people are here, my relatives and my people from my country and my region, national people are here. I'm glad to be here for this fight.
Да, и тут еще впервые присутствует моя мама, приехала на бой, это тоже меня очень сильно радует.
The first time in my life, my mother is here for this fight, and I'm very happy about that as well.
Не буду много говорить, так как за время подготовки уже было очень много сказано.
I'm not going to say too much. There's been a lot said throughout the last 2 months.
Надеюсь, что у Майка была очень хорошая тренировочный лагерь, и он готов на все 100% и готов выложиться в ринге до последнего. Удачи ему!
I wish good luck to Mike, and I hope he's had a good training camp just like I did, and I hope he's ready to give it all in the ring just like I am. And good luck to him.
И напоследок, на прошлой пресс-конференции Майк подарил мне футболку, я хочу ему в этот раз тоже сделать ответный подарок.
In the last press conference, Mike gave me a present of the Manning jersey, and I'd like to make him a present as well.
Носи гордо. Thank you.
I know there's been a lot of talk about this fight, and most of the interviews have been talking about Timothy Bradley, comparing him to Mike Alvarado, asking about the weight, talking about Freddie not being here. But just like Bob said, this is one of those fights where there's no marketing needed. There's nothing needs to be done, and we all know what kind of a fight this is going to be. And I think the tickets are sold out for a good reason. And I hope everybody's going to enjoy it. Both of our camps did a really good job in preparations, I'm sure, and this is going to be a great night. I hope that everybody enjoys this fight.
And thanks for the interview, Ruslan. Also, and Bob was already thanked her, but I don't want to be remiss in thanking HBO because, Bob and I convinced HBO in the beginning that Ruslan and Bradley would be a great fight, and they believed in us, and they allowed the fight to happen. And from that fight, everything goes, one thing leads to another. You never know how tomorrow will turn. Bob sees Ruslan training in the gym at Wild Card. He says, all right, this kid's terrific. I said, listen, we'll give you a hell of a fight. We'll let Bradley life or death. I thought we won the fight, but whatever it is, he now launched his career, and HBO was behind that, and they stood by it, and they went forward with his next fight. So I want to thank the Black people for that. Next, now, I would like to introduce somebody in the audience who came from Salvador, Brazil, and he brought his nephew, who's fighting on the undercard with us. His name is Acelino Popo Freitas. He's won 4 world titles for me, and he is just something special as a person. He's now Congressman Freitas. He's Congressman in Brazil, and I wanted Acelino to know how much we think of him. He came over out of his schedule to take his nephew, Ethan Jones, to fight on the card. It's your time, your time. He's extremely honest. I can't get any business with the government. I can't get anything in the door. He says, Artie, we got to go this way. But I just wanted to make sure I announced him. Now, Ruslan fought his pro debut on Acelino's fight with the Baby Bull. So his first time he fought in the United States was at Foxborough. And I want to introduce his nephew, Vitor Jones de Oliveira, who we believe, and his brother, we believe is going to be a star in America. If you stand up, say hello. Stand up, it's okay, stand up. And Luis Claudio, who's Acelino's brother. Also on the card will be another heavyweight that we're very excited about. His name is Donovan Dennis. He's from Davenport, Iowa. Is Donovan here? No? He's I'm sorry, play at the hotel. But anyway, those are the 2 kids on the show for us. I want to thank everybody for coming. It's a great fight. I know I don't have to convince you. Thank you very much.
One of the questions that I got annoyed about on this conference call was asking these guys, well, who are you going to fight next? Well, this fight hasn't even happened yet. But people who really understand boxing know what's happening out there. Last week, Marquez and Bradley will fight. This week, Alvarado-Provodnikov. It'll be a great fight. And in a few, maybe 4 weeks after that, we have Brandon Rios against Manny Pacquiao. And we'll decide then, based on the results of these fights, who will be the attractions who fight each other next year. And that's the way it should be. So let's see what happens. This is a great, great time for boxing. And there's also something that I'd like to point out. We have Congressman Freitas. Back in the Philippines, Congressman Pacquiao. In Germany and Ukraine, Congressman Klitschko. You know, if we in the United States had Congress people like these fighters, there would be no shutdowns, there would be, if they couldn't come to a compromise, they'd just punch each other out.
They'd work it out then.
Yeah, right, they'd work it out. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we can start a grassroots movement for Mike Alvarado, Congressman Alvarado. Listen, I don't have to go on and on about Mike Alvarado. Terrific fighter, always gives his best. Even when he lost to Brandon Rios, he didn't mope about it, didn't complain. He came back, fought him again, won a clear-cut victory. So you know what Mike Alvarado is made of. He represents very, very well one of the great sports cities in the world, Denver, Colorado. So everybody in Denver should be proud of him. Now it's a pleasure to bring to the microphone Mike Alvarado and his manager and trainer, Henry Delgado.
First off, I'd like to thank Lord Savior, Top Man, God Man, HBO, Chuck Norris, that's the name first, welcome to Denver. It's first time in Denver. Thank you everybody for being part of this production. Thank you for supporting this live program. It's going to be another life fulfilling dream of mine. I'm just excited and emotional. I'm ready. I had a great camp. I'm ready to perform. I'm ready to make a mark in this boxing game. So I'm here to do the best. I'm going to give everybody the best I possibly can in that ring. And I'm going to fight to win. Thank you for the picture. But the only thing is you're supposed to be showing me throwing the right hand. That's all we're throwing all night. Other than that, I'm excited. It's going to be live, it's going to be electric, it's going to be very motivating to have all my fans and everybody that supports me in this room at this event. This is huge, this is a dream come true. So I thank everybody who's a part of this, and I appreciate everything that everybody put in to make this fight happen. So I hope everybody's there, and I hope everybody's watching very closely, because this is a fight in the woods. It's not been a long year. So thank you guys, and God bless everybody.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming, especially I'd like to thank Top Rank, the best promotional company in the world. Brad Goodman, best matchmaker in the world. Got a nice career to where it is today, and these guys don't get enough credit, but I gotta give my hat to
My man, Brad.
They asked me about this fight, how this fight's going to come out, and what you guys are going to do. You could throw styles and tactics out the window, because when these guys start mixing it up, it's just a war, and you're going to see fireworks. So I'm just looking forward to it, and I hope you guys get a good seat, because it's going to be a war. But thank you everybody again.